Opawica Explorations is active in Canada's top gold mining province, Quebec, and the top up-and-coming exploration jurisdiction, Newfoundland Labrador. Of course, Canada's biggest gold mine is in Quebec, Canada, Malartic, and the top exploration story of the past 12 months has been Newfoundland, with some notable junior plays and drill results. I'm with Christopher Reynolds, director of Opawica Explorations. Christopher, welcome to Kitco.
Thank you very much, Michael. It's great to be here.
Christopher, let's start with Quebec Abitibi Greenstone Geological Belt. Why is the area significant, and why is Opawica exploring it?
Well, Michael, Canada is the fifth largest gold producer in the world. And the Abitibi Greenstone Belt is a world-class metal-producing region. It's produced over 180 million ounces of gold. And in the area that we're exploring, it's produced in the Rouyn-Noranda camp of Quebec. It's produced 19 million ounces of gold. And the major mine there was the Horn mine. So this is the type of scale, and the Horn mine produced 11 million ounces of gold. This is the type of the scale of what we're looking for in this area.
Christopher, you have some well-known neighbors.
Yes, we have our Arrowhead property encircled by Agnico Eagle, and we have Yamana to the west of our Bazooka property, and we have IAM Gold doing option agreements with Yorbo to the east of our property, and a lot of exploration and M&A activity happening in the area.
Can you bring us up to date on the work that has been done and what you're trying to prove out?
So our Bazooka property has had exploration work done since 1940 all the way up to 2011 from companies such as Cisco, Lakeshore Gold, Soquium, most recently RT Minerals, and they've done a lot of good work, which we're substantiating. They've intercepted mineralization of 77 grams per ton over 6 meters, 7 grams per ton over 20 meters. So we know there's mineralization subsurface, and it's our job now to use the financing that we've recently completed to drill and to understand more of the geometry of this mineralization, so as to understand to prove out an ore body.
I assume the infrastructure is good there.
The infrastructure is very good. Yamana has a mill, the Camflow mill, next to us. The Horn mill is still in operation. You have two other mining camps, the Doyon and the Bousquet. They also have mills. If anything on our properties were to go into production, there's availability. There's year-round access, road access. You could drive your Tesla motor vehicle onto the project, and it's got very good infrastructure.
What's becoming more and more of a concern to investors these days is ESG. So if a mine was to be built, you would most likely be using hydropower, which would be good for carbon emissions.
It would be, yeah. No, Quebec, hydropower is 97% of the energy coming out of Quebec. And I think the only other mine that I know of that's not using hydropower in Quebec is the Raglan mine in North Quebec, and they're using generators, and I think now they're implementing some wind. But you have, small productions across the Abitibi Greenstone Belt with, solar panels and things like that you can put up in place to subsidize energy. But yes, it would, hydropower is what is readily and accessible in Quebec.
And stakeholder relations with the local community.
It's good. It's a little bit stickier in Ontario and BC, for example, if you're developing exploration projects and you have to get MOUs with Indigenous groups. But the town council in Rouyn-Noranda camp have been very accommodating and are very good to be working with.
Christopher, can you tell us about the leadership team at Opawica?
Yeah, Blake Morgan is instrumental in driving these projects forward. He's worked for majors in Australia in their operations. Philippe Harvard is a geologist and a director of the company, and he was instrumental in our ability to acquire the Arrowhead property. He's a French-Canadian. And also Owen King is a director of the company. He has a deep industry network and has helped us tremendously in our corporate development this far.
Let's swing east to Newfoundland. Why is the area suddenly so hot?
Well, Newfoundland is interesting because the geological model wasn't that well understood. Despite a thesis that demonstrates that the deep-seated structures there represent what could turn into what the Abitibi Greenstone Belt has. There's a lot of academics now writing about it. But it's been the subject of tremendous wealth creation since Newfound Gold's discovery of the Keats and Lotto zones. That's 92 grams over 19 meters in a deep-seated structure, and these are structurally controlled gold projects, and people are excited about new discoveries. So I think that's the real reason why it's been very exciting, because there's something there that people didn't think was there.
And can you tell us what you're working on in the province?
Yeah, we've got projects along the Valentine Break in the Rogerson's corridor, and we are excited about it because it's in close proximity to Tex Duck Pond mine. That's 5.5 million tons there, so there's tonnage, and that's 3.3% copper, and it's looking good. And our comparables there are trading at some remarkable market caps. For example, SOCOM and SIC is trading at $140 million market cap, and we're at a $15 million market cap. We have a larger land package than they do in Newfoundland, and also C2C at a $40 million market cap. So you have people exploring and doing correct work, and I think we're going to get out there and do some geophysics and mobilize a team within the month to go out and look for gold in veining.
I think that's a good lead into my next question. Can you tell us about Opawica's capital structure and what the funding picture is?
Absolutely. There's 37 million shares outstanding and 48 million fully diluted. We just recently completed a $5.3 million financing, $1 million of which came from Eric Sprott. And, I hold him in a high regard. He developed the Fosterville mine in Victoria, Australia. And that was at a time when, nobody thought that mine could produce anything more. So he went against the geological community and proved out something tremendous. And this is the business. This is what we are trying to do. And we are going to spend our money doing 5,000 meters of drilling on the Bazooka property in the Rouyn-Noranda camp to substantiate the geometry that we know of the mineralization subsurface on the structure, as well as the Arrowhead property. We're excited about the Arrowhead property because it's encircled by Agnico Eagle, and there's a vein traced at surface 150 meters, channel sampled a meter, 90 grams per ton gold. There's a shaft sunk 160 meters on this property with driftings at 3 different levels, 50, 100, and 150 meters. So we're excited to, work with Goldspot, who helped substantiate Newfound Gold's targets for the Keats and Lotto zones, to take our data and to work with our team to deduce the correct targets and sharpen the axe before we cut down the tree.
You've mentioned the drilling program. So over the next 12 months, what are some catalysts investors should potentially keep an eye for from Opawica?
Yeah, you can expect us, thanks Michael, you can expect us to be drilling in our Rouyn-Noranda camp projects. You can expect us to be doing more grassroots work to prove out a geophysical understanding and a geochemical grid of what we have in Newfoundland, which really would define our targets. These assets and these projects are very structurally controlled, which means it's very important to have as much information as you can before you pull the trigger on a drill hole. And that's going to be happening within the next 3 months. So I'm very, very excited to have that information and to be able to release it to you as it comes. And then subsequent to that, hopefully, we'll be, the management team will do a lot of work on marketing and getting out to different cities to tell people about the company and raise money at a higher price.
Christopher, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Christopher Reynolds is Director of Opawica Explorations. My name is Michael McRae, and you are watching Kitco Mining.